Why is it that you can watch a screen for 6 hours without feeling an ounce of fatigue, but the moment you try to work on that side hustle or study, your brain screams in agony? It feels like physical pain, doesn't it? You stare at the wall, you check the time, you tell yourself, I'll start at 3 p.m. It hits 3:01 and you say, well, the hour's ruined. I'll start at 4. You aren't lazy, you aren't broken, but you are fighting a war against your own biology. And right now, you are losing. Your brain is actually doing exactly what it was designed to do, save energy. But in the modern world, that survival mechanism is destroying your future. We need to hijack that system. We need to trick your brain into enjoying the pain of effort. First, forget the lie you've been told about motivation. You wait to feel like it. But neuroscience shows the equation is backward. Motivation is not the cause of action, it is the result of action. But if action creates motivation, how do you start when you're paralyzed? It begins with the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. Scientists call this the seat of willpower. When you do something you don't want to do, this area physically grows. When you choose the easy path, it shrinks. If you can't focus right now, your willpower muscle is atrophied. You cannot lift a heavy mental load with a weak muscle. So, how do we cheat? We manipulate your dopamine prediction error. When you look at a hard task, your brain predicts high pain and low reward. It dumps cortisol into your system. That's the anxiety you feel. You cannot fight this biological fear with logic. You have to trick the limbic system. High performers use a concept called the friction slice. Instead of looking at the hour of work, slice the friction down to a level of stupidity. You are not going to work out, you are just going to put on your shoes. You are not going to write the essay, you are just going to open the laptop. This sounds generic, but here's the neuroscience. When you commit to a task requiring zero effort, you bypass the amygdala's fear response. You sneak past the guard dog. Once you take that micro action, you trigger a tiny spike of dopamine. You close a loop. This creates chemical momentum. But wait, starting is easy. Sustaining it is where people fail. Before I explain how to fix your attention span, you must stop doing the one thing draining your battery: cheap dopamine. If you wake up and immediately scroll social media, you are flooding your brain with unearned reward. You are eating dessert for breakfast. By the time you try to do hard work, which is like eating vegetables, your brain isn't interested. Guard the first hour of your day as if your life depends on it, because it does. Now for sustaining focus, the Goldilocks neurohack. Your brain craves challenges right on the edge of your ability. If a task is boring, make it harder. Give yourself an impossible time limit. Force yourself to finish in 3 minutes. The urgency dumps adrenaline and suddenly you are laser focused. If a task is too hard, make it dumber. Lower your standards. Write the worst paragraph in history. Just get words on the page. You are manually adjusting your neurochemistry to stay in the zone. But there is a darker truth. Why do you avoid hard things? It's the perfectionism trap. You are afraid that if you try and fail, it proves you aren't good enough. So you procrastinate to protect your ego. To escape, shift your identity. Stop wanting to be the person who has achieved the goal. Start wanting to be the person who can endure the path. David Goggins calls this callousing the mind. Every time you feel resistance, that urge to quit, and you stay for just 1 more minute, you are physically rewiring your neural pathways. You are teaching your brain that you are not a slave to your impulses. The first few days will suck. It will feel like withdrawal, because it is withdrawal. You are weaning yourself off the addiction to comfort. But here is the light at the end of the tunnel. It gets easier. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Eventually, doing the hard work becomes your new baseline. You will actually start to feel restless when you aren't being productive.
So, here's your protocol. 1. Cut the cheap dopamine in the morning. Earn your scroll. 2. Use the friction slice. Don't look at the mountain, just look at the first step. 3. When boredom hits, sit with it. That boredom is the sound of your focus muscle repairing. This isn't about impressing people. This is about taking back control of the only thing you truly own, your mind. If you're ready to stop drifting and start driving, you know what to do. Like this video if you're done making excuses, and subscribe to Mind Reset Hub to lock in this new mindset. The old you is comfortable. The new you is capable. Make the switch.